Get Gutsy, episode number 157, Run More Experiments. Welcome to Get Gutsy. I'm your host, Jenny Fennig, and I am so excited to be on this journey with you. A cutting-edge show blending business and spirituality, Get Gutsy serves up a potent blend of stories, lessons, and tips to help you make a massive impact in the world through your soul's work and your inspired life. No more going it alone, no more excuses. The world needs more brave women saying yes to leadership. Are you with me? Good. Let's get gutsy now. Welcome to our Jam with Jenny edition of Get Gutsy. This is a new element to the show that we are bringing out where every Friday we are publishing this Jam with Jenny on the podcast. On Wednesday of every week on my Facebook page, which is called Jenny Fennig, I am connecting with my tribe, with you live. So if you want to come hang with me on Facebook, come on over to my Facebook page. It's called Jenny Fennig, and every Wednesday at 12:30 Eastern Time, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, I am talking to you about a topic that I know you are curious about, and I am there to serve you, take your questions, be with you, and really, hang out together and go on this journey that we are all on into the next level of your sacred work. And then what we do is we publish the episodes right here on my podcast each Friday. So if you prefer simply tuning into the podcast and listening to the audio, we got you covered. So I wanted to plug you into what this style of connecting is all about. And thank you for being on this Get Gutsy journey with me. It has been extraordinary. We are continuing to go deeper yet higher and saying yes to the leader that you truly are here to be. So without further ado, I introduce you to this fantastic episode of Get Gutsy. It is time to jam with Jenny. Enjoy. Hey everyone, Jenny here. Come on in. It is time for our jam with Jenny. I'm so pumped to connect with you today. How's it going? I'm going to see who gets to hang with us today. If you're watching live or whether you watch this by replay, say hi in the comments so I know that you're here. What's up, everybody? Say hi in the comments. Happy day to you. I hope your week is going fantastic. It has been a week already, and we are halfway through here as we are live here on Facebook. And I want to welcome you to this edition of Jam with Jenny. The theme of this episode is Run More Experiments. And I love seeing all those names in the chat. Keep them coming. Say hi. Say what's up. I'm also here to celebrate everyone who played in the High Vibe Challenge. I see you. I hear you. I feel you. And I salute you. You all did amazing. I loved reading your post. I loved seeing you out there making moves, sharing your graphics, sharing your words, sharing your energy, sharing your mission, all of it. It was just awesome to watch. So if you played, or even if you signed up for the High Vibe Challenge and simply wanted to take in the messages, take in the energy, take in the quotes that I gave you, and you weren't yet playing and participating, that's okay. You got what you needed for this round. And I'm giving shout outs to everybody who played full out throughout these Jam with Jenny and then just live streams I've been doing. I've been calling you out by name. So I am really proud of all the work that I saw happening. This is what it is. Like, this is how you grow your business. This is how you step out there in a bigger way. It's by you going inward and putting yourself out there. There is no substitution for vulnerability and for taking a risk. That is something that I've had to do time and time and again as I've grown my sacred work through this business. The official name of my business is Jenny Fennig Worldwide, LLC.
And it has been a freaking wild ride. How about you? For those of you who have your own thing in the world, like wild days when you're going, WTF, how am I going to get through this? But you figure it out. And what I know to be true is that I know you have goals. I know you have dreams. I know you have things that you want to hit, targets that you want to hit. And that's all important and it's exciting. But the really important piece and the reason why you do it is because of the person you will become along the way. It is the person that you evolve into, the leader that you rise up to be. You see, hitting the target is one thing. And then what I've found for myself is there's always going to be a different target, a different goal. And when you're ambitious and you consider yourself type A and a go-getter, there's that next thing. There's that next mark. And I am hereby giving you permission to enjoy the process. And if you want to grow and hit more goals and help more people, then you have got to run more experiments. So send over some emojis or say yes in the chat if you love to run experiments. Do you love that? Or do you kind of hate the whole concept of that? Or is that unclear? I'm just plugging into your jiving with this whole idea of experiments. Like, what's your take on that? I'm curious. I want to hear from you. I will tell you that growing up, I had to do science experiments in middle school and some in high school. And I hated these science experiments. Anytime like the science experiment would get mentioned, I'm like, oh, frick, I got to do a freaking science experiment. Because I didn't like the classic experiments where I am testing out different metals or one time in high school, a friend and I, we ran an experiment to see which would burn faster. I mean, those kinds of experiments, science experiments, really had zero interest for me. The experiments that I love to do involve humans. So by you being here right now, you are part of one of my experiments, just so you know. And I realized how much I loved running human experiments when I was doing those science experiments. I believe it was my 8th grade year that we were told, like, hey, you can run this other experiment with like people. And I'm like, oh, this is great, because that other stuff was just, that ain't me. That's not my thing. And so I ran an experiment in 8th grade on who was a better video game player, girls or boys, like gender specific. And we had 2 different types of games. One that was more like kind of, fast paced. And I can't remember which 2 games they were, but one was kind of more like a quiz game. Maybe it was like Jeopardy or like Wheel of Fortune or something. And then the other one was like, kind of a more of a masculine game in nature. And the idea was who played better video games, girls or boys. And I invited some of my classmates over to my house and we all played Nintendo. All right. I can't even remember what the results were, but it was really fun. It was like a fun experiment because it involved humans. Okay. And what I want you to understand is that for you to grow your body of work in the world, for you to take your business to the next level, whatever it is that your work is looking like right now, for you to take it to that next level, you have got to be really, really excited about running experiments. You get it? So what I'm doing with you right now, this Jam with Jenny concept, which I then turn into a podcast. We strip out the audio and we publish it on my podcast, which is called Get Gutsy. We publish it every week after this airs live on Facebook. This is an experiment. I said to my team, I want to connect more with my audience. I want to do this regular Facebook Live thing. And let's just go for it. Let's run this experiment for the rest of 2017 and let's see how it goes. Let's see how I feel. Let's see what happens. And then we'll know. Then I can make a decision on whether I want to continue the experiment for 2018, what tweaks I want to make. And you should know that I'm always tweaking things. It's important to kind of have you have your hypothesis, you go forward, you get you kind of get the experiment in place, and then you go through and you collect your data. And you want to move through in a way where it's like the experiment is pretty clean. I'm not like changing everything right away. I'm moving forward, I'm getting some data, and then from here I can evaluate the results and I can draw my conclusion. And then I can decide what the next experiment will be. Okay? So I want to hear from you, just really kind of get your feedback on this, on what kind of experiments you want to run next. What is your next experiment? You can sit on the sidelines, you can hypothesize, you can think about what you'd want to do, but until you actually get in the ring and run the freaking experiment, nothing is going to happen. Okay? So be clear on that and be courageous enough to run an experiment. You're going to need to be vulnerable. You're going to need to risk looking like a fool. You're going to need to risk the experiment completely bombing. And then you can pick yourself up and be like, great, I got some awesome data. And now I'm going to run a different experiment next time. I'm going to tweak this project and I'm going to come out with it in a new form because I got this really, really powerful data. All right. Data is gold. Data is absolute gold. When you have data in your business based on human behaviors, what people do, what people want, what people say they're going to do, and then actually do or do not, that is, legit, that's gold. That is treasure right there. All right. I will give you an example in my business. I have been leading a mastermind, which is a type of program. Okay. I have a coaching business. I have clients and customers and students all over the world. Some of my people are here right now tuning in. What's up, all you beautiful souls? And I have been running this type of program, this type of container called a mastermind since 2011. 2011 is when I launched my very first mastermind. And I launched this type of container, this type of program, because I had been in one. Okay, and I think at that point I was currently in one. Maybe I was in one the year before. I don't even remember. But I had gone through a mastermind and I was forever changed by the experience. And I was like, wow, I want to create my own version of this thing and offer it up to my people. I want to lead it. I want to design it. I want to fulfill it, right? I want to deliver this experience. And so through the years, since 2011, I have been running experiments. I have been running a series of experiments when it comes to a mastermind offering. I have run, at this point, let's see, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have run 7 masterminds since 2011, and I'm about to embark on number 8. And number 8 is looking different than every single one that came before. Although number 8 is called Glow, which I've had for the last few years, the design of this looks different than how it has looked in the past. Why? Because I'm running a new experiment. I have data over the last several years, and I'm ready to run a new experiment. I am ready to help more people and new people in this container. All right? I'm about to put it out there. I'm about to kind of put out the energy, share my heart, reach out to those I feel it's a fit for, have these conversations to enroll into this program. Y'all, you will never be successful in your work. You will never kind of fill your offerings, have people coming in, if you are not willing to put yourself out there, if you're not willing to have conversations. All right. There's an expression. Conversations lead to conversions, lead to cash. There is no shame in receiving cash and money from your offerings and what you put out there. And so I want you to take this in right now and know that you are going to be having conversations as part of your business, especially if you have what I call a high vibe, high touch, and high end business model. This is the type of model that I have really honed in my own business. I have tried gazillions of things through the years, and this is really the next level of my teachings where I'm taking the people who want to come with me on this journey, is this whole idea of high vibe, which is what the High Vibe Challenge has been about. So again, much love to everybody who has been a part of that. High touch, which is really, giving your people that, that feeling that you are with them. You've got their back. For instance, if somebody signs up for one of your programs, maybe you or somebody on your team just calls them to make sure they got everything that that's in their inbox, and it's just that voice connection. Or maybe you're sending them a card in the mail or a gift in the mail. These are kind of the high touch things. Maybe you're remembering significant things that are going on in their life, and you're reaching out to them at that time saying, hey, I'm just thinking of you. I know it's the anniversary of somebody significant in your life, they're passing, maybe it's your birthday, whatever it is. Like, there's ways that you can allow people to feel like people, like humans, and not simply numbers in your business. Okay, that's a whole high touch energy. And then the high end energy is positioning your offerings as premium experiences and delivering them as such and pricing them as such. Okay, this is something that I just see a really big opportunity for this industry to embrace. There's been so much online, and again, I've been in this space for close to 10 years, where people were, trying to sell programs that are like $297. And there's nothing wrong with doing that, all right? Just want to be clear. But you need to be clear on what's required to make all of those sales so you can hit your numbers. Sometimes we think that, well, I need to start with like a program priced at $597 before I can get to a program priced at $2,500, okay? That you have to graduate into being able to price something at $2,500. And that's not true. That is not true at all. That's only true if you decide it is true, okay? This comes down to knowing your value, to knowing what you deliver to your people, and then claiming it, absolutely claiming it. So I'm going to go in deeper into this model and this way of being and this way of operating your business and what you put out there on my masterclass that I am leading in a few hours' time. It's at 7 p.m. Eastern time tonight. I know many of you are signed up for it, and I will see you there. It's going to be extraordinary. It's called Go High, and the theme of this Go High masterclass is increase your influence, impact, and income with your sacred work. And I am so fired up about it. And when you come to this masterclass, this is where I'm also going to tell you about my mastermind and what it really is. Next week on my Jam with Jenny session, I'm going to do a whole topic on, is a mastermind right for you? Because I think many people don't even know what the F that is. And so I want to talk to you about it, having been through several myself, having led, this will be my 8th one that I'm going to be leading, and just really giving you a sense of what is required to grow your body of work in the world. It doesn't just happen by hoping. It doesn't. You have got to commit. You have got to double down on what's working and let go of what's not. And the way I've structured my mastermind and the way that I run my business is to run experiments, to run a series of experiments. You collect that data, you let go of what's not working, which is also called killing it, killing the project. Just kill it, just let it go. Like, we can just let that go. Because when you let that go, you're going to make space for what is or what could be. And when you know what's working because you have this data and you work with your intuition, you double down on it. And so that is what I love to do. This is my sweet spot. This is my zone of genius. I just did this with a client recently. She was, an extraordinary businesswoman. She came to work with me in a VIP strategy retreat online. It was really awesome. It was like we were in a room together, but through the computer. And she did a lot of work to prepare. She gave me her numbers. She gave me what was working, like price points, everything. And we sifted through it and were able to look at what she was going to kill. And I say that with love, like we can kill it with love, and what she was going to double down on and what she was going to tweak in terms of price point, positioning, all of it. And we've been in touch since her day with me, and is working. Like, the results are already showing, and it hasn't even been that much time since we had our time together. So this is the power of having those outside eyes on your stuff, because when you're in it, you just can't see. Plus, you're attached to it. You're like emotionally attached to it. And when you have somebody who's not emotionally attached to your work and is able to say, like, listen, let me tell you what's up. Nope, you don't have to start at $597. You can go higher. Let's create a package that's really, really awesome. That's premium. That's attracting in a certain type of customer. let's do this thing. Like, that is what I love to do. And so I want you to pull into your heart a love of experiments, a love of experiments. If after listening to this Jam with Jenny today, you are pumped to run more experiments, I want to hear from you in the comments with a flood of emojis, however you want to show this. But if you get nothing from me today during this Jam with Jenny other than, OMG, I freaking love experiments now, then that I have done my job today. Like, I want you to embrace this energy, especially if you were like me growing up, hating science experiments, because I like hated them with a vengeance. I hated science experiments, and I probably hated them because I had people in my class whose parents like did their freaking project for them and they bring it into school, and I'm like, does anyone see that this is so professional? This is so not done by the student. The parent was in the back of the class holding up flashcards for the kid to like present their project, and I was like, I did everything by myself. I had no help other than my parent drove me to the store to get the freaking board that you had to put the thing on, and I was like mad. I'm like, that's not fair. But anyway, I digress. I now love experiments, and I am grateful for having had that time growing up to wrap my head around experiments. And now I delight in running them all the time, all the time. And the key is that you can't get attached to the outcome. You can't be so like trying to control it. You have to let the experiment do its thing, right? But you can't just like say, okay, let's go, and then not touch it. You've got to put your hands in there. You've got to guide it. You've got to love it up and make sure that you are bringing positive energy to the experiment, that you are bringing your best self to the experiment. From there, you are going to see amazing things happen, and you're going to really be able to get that solid data that you can then use to run that next experiment. Does that make sense? All right, y'all. So I'm going to type the link to sign up for the webinar tonight in the chat. I really hope you are there. It's going to be fun, and we're going to hope that my kids don't crash it. I totally forgot to tell my husband. I was like, I have this thing that I'm doing tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, so I need you to be with the kids. So, we'll see how it all goes. That time was best for me. Honestly, I have a full day of meetings today and client calls, and so this is it. Tomorrow we're taking off for a few days. We got to get out of Dodge because we're getting the floors done in my master bedroom and in one of our stairwells. Like, just can you join in a chant with me that says, na 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 na, na 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 na, hey, 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 goodbye carpet, goodbye carpet, goodbye carpet, good riddance. Thank you for what you've done for us up to this point, but we've got to break up now because I can't keep up with you. I can't keep up with kids and pets on carpet. Y'all see what I'm saying? Holy crap. It was just high time for the carpet to leave the building. So the carpet is leaving the building. It's actually leaving the building tomorrow, and we've got to get out because they're putting all the floors in, and then we'll come back early next week and have wood. Hooray! And so if anyone spills stuff or a cat pees on carpet, cat owners, you know what I'm talking about. It's all good because we can just wipe that up. It's just gonna be gone. Nobody even knows what's gonna happen. So I'm so excited. So that meant the masterclass was happening tonight. And then I get to officially open applications for my mastermind, which is called Glow. I'm also going to put the link for that in there. So you have it. If you are curious, I am going to invite you to get on the wait list. And this is just like the most coolest experience. You're going to be in this beautiful container for 6 months with me as your guide, coaching, accountability, getting shit done. We've added a getting shit done call every month during the 6 months, which I'm super pumped about. We have a really cool Glow planner that you're going to get when you come in. I want to show you, where is it? Here it is, and we're tweaking the design of it, but here's what it has been. It's a planner and action guide, and it's really pro. And you will have the opportunity to upgrade if you want to join me for a live retreat in Costa Rica. And that's an option, but we do have a level that doesn't include that. And it includes some online retreats to start and end Glow. So this is like my most premium, exquisite experience that I offer for serious, committed, ambitious, spirit-led entrepreneurs. They're mostly coaches, teachers, guides, consultants, authors, experts, and we about to make this thing real. So with that, I say thank you for coming to this Jam with Jenny. Go out and run more experiments. Go out and just fall in love with your work on an even deeper, in an even deeper way. And the root of it all is that you are helping people. You are helping people. That is why we do what we do. So go out there and help people and let me know how it goes. All right. I'll talk to you soon, and I'll see you on my masterclass tonight. Go high. Again, that's jennyfennig.com/glow webinar. I'll see you soon. Bye.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of Get Gutsy as much as I enjoyed creating it for you. Are you responsible for leading and growing your spiritual business? If so, I have a free tool for you that will help you spread your message like wildfire. It's called the Sacred Marketing Puzzle, and it's a one-page PDF guide that simplifies the often mysterious and confusing world of marketing. When you use sacred marketing tools to amplify your message, you'll provide huge value to your tribe and grow your business. What are you waiting for? Go to jennyfennig.com/puzzle to get yours instantly. That's jennyfennig.com/puzzle. Gutsy leaders, unite.